Alright, hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, City of Electrons. So in this video, we are going to go over the quick introduction to this course, EEE 555. Okay, quick introduction. Alright, so which is electronic system design. Now, just a quick introduction. Okay, what we mean by design, or let's say designing. Now, it's a process of what? Planning. Please bear this in mind. These are like keywords for us. Planning, creating. I think I should highlight this thing, right? And this will do. Good. Planning and what? Creating. What again? Arranging what? Elements. Okay, don't worry about the highlighting. Okay, don't worry about. But planning, creating, arranging elements to solve a problem or achieve a specific what? Purpose. Now, this is the thing. This is the main thing here. Solve a problem or achieve a specific what? Purpose. That means all this planning, creating and arranging elements, all of them, they are meant to do what? Solve a problem or achieve a specific purpose. Now, how do we do that? By what? Creating a functional product or what? Solution. All this planning, creating, it is to solve a problem, and you do that by what? Creating functional product or solution. So how do we go about this? How do we go about this design of a thing? There are different ways to go about it. Approach to design, ways to design. Since we know that design has to do with what? Planning, creating, arranging elements to solve problem and to achieve specific purpose, and by creating functional product or solution. Since we know this, so what are the approaches, the different approach to design? Now, modular design, okay, monolithic design, then monolithic design, then integrated design, and finally custom design. Now, bear in mind that this definition you have here, you can have another other definitions, maybe close to it, or which, but just get the idea. Okay, get the idea, and you can maybe vary your definition of whichever one. Have, of course, if you browse, you see different definitions. Now, so we have four designs here, four approach to design. So we said one is what? One is what? Modular, then the other monolithic, then the other we have what? Integrated, and finally we have what? Custom design. Now these four, they have slight difference. Okay, they are not obviously not exact, but I just give a quick overview of their difference now in this place before we talk about before we go and read them right there. Now, when you hear of modular, bear in mind that all these designs, they are this approach to design, each of the approach we have here, modular, monolithic, integrated, custom, each of these approach to design, each one is to solve a problem. Okay, so we are producing a product or a system. Okay, a product or a system by going with this approach or this approach or this approach or this approach. Okay, so when we say modular design, just bear in mind that modular circuit design, whether circuit design or modular design, whether modular design or modular circuit design, we are talking about the same thing. So modular circuit design is an approach in electrical electronics engineering where circuits are constructed using what? Interchangeable and reusable model. Don't worry about this long in electrical this. Just let me just do this. So look at it. Modular circuit design is an approach where circuits are good, better. I think it's shorter, straight to the point. Modular design, I can only remove the circuit itself. Modular design is an approach where circuits are what? Constructed using interchangeable and reusable what? Model. reusable model. Bear this in mind. Bear that in mind. So I can bring the rest in back. The reason why I had to remove all those things was so that we see the main point. The main point is that this modular design is made up of what? Reusable models. Reusable models. That means we have one complete unit, or let's say one product, one product or units or system. Okay, but that system is made up of what? Models. It's made up of what? Models. So these models, they can be separated, they can be reused. Okay, so each model can exist and function on its own. When you bring different models together, they make a complete system. So an approach design where you have models that are reusable, that can be separated, put together to form a single unit. And note, when the models are separated, they can still function on their own. That kind of design is known as what? Modular design. Okay, then for the second kind of design, we'll talk about these other parts, or let's just quickly talk about it. So with that explanation of modular design, just bear in mind that each module performs what? A specific function, and can be connected to other modules to create separate systems. I think I mentioned this earlier. So this method offers what? Several advantages. Flexibility. Of course, we can say flexibility because we can remove models and the models can function on their own. We can add models, so it's flexible for us, as we can make adjustments. Okay, then scalable. So when you have a separate model working on its own, you can add models to it. So of course, scalable, you can increase the function of the system by adding models to it. Then ease of maintenance. Of course, when you want to maintain the entire system, you can separate the system into the different models and maintain each one. So maintenance is quite easy. Okay, and development time is faster. Why? Because you can have different people, different developers working on separate models. Meaning, if we need like 8 models for a particular system to work, we can have 8 different developers working on different models at the same time. So 8 models will be developed simultaneously. So you have faster development time. So when each one has been developed individually and tested, we can put them together to form the entire system. So that's for the advantages. Now, generally, modular circuit design is a powerful approach that enhances what? Flexibility, efficiency, and scalability in electrical electronics engineering. While it presents some challenges, the benefits often what? Outweighs the drawbacks, making it a preferred method in many applications. Okay? That's for modular design, which is kind of the most used one. So you see the rest, they are just, short notes. So let me just talk about monolithic. So for monolithic design, it's a design approach where a system or product is what? Built as a single self-contained unit. This approach does not have what? Does not have separate models or components that can be easily what? Removed or replaced. So in this modular design, in monolithic design, you cannot separate them easily. Okay, I think I don't need to write it there. I don't need to write it there for now. So monolithic, they cannot be separated easily. Okay, while this guy, for modular, it can be separated what? Easily. Therefore, integrated, this is a design approach where all components are fully integrated and oh boy, they are fully integrated and what? Interconnected, making it difficult to separate or modify individual what? Parts. Now, I want you to see this. The difference between monolithic and what? Integrated. Now, in case you are wondering, so what's the difference between monolithic design and integrated design? Since this one is one system and a self-contained system that cannot be separated into different parts, this one also integrated is also one system that cannot be separated into different parts and cannot be modified individually. So what's the difference now? This, my friend, is the difference. Monolithic is built as one. Look at it. Built as one. Eh, brother? Built as what? A single. Built as what? A single. For this guy, they are not built as single. They are built separately. Okay? Approach where all they are integrated and interconnected. Now they are built separately. After building them separately, then you now what? Integrate them. Integration happens. Are we together? Now, I hope that's clear. This guy, they are built like when building this using monolithic approach, you are building a single system. You are not building them separately, then you integrate them. You build them separately and integrate them. When I say integrate, I mean put them together. When you put them together as one, that is integrated design. However, even the ones you build separately, they cannot function separately as a complete system. They are not. If they can function individually as a system, then that's modular design. Okay? Modular design, you can build separate parts known as modules, which can on their own function, perform tasks, okay, small tasks. Then when you bring them together, okay, they form a complete system which perform or tasks or solve a problem. That's on modular design. For integrated, you have different circuits which you bring together to perform a particular task, and you cannot easily remove them after putting them together. Modular design, you can easily remove them even after you put them together. Integrated, you cannot remove them after putting them together. Okay? Monolithic, they have from the beginning you build them together. Don't even talk about removing them, because you just destroy the circuits. Okay, and that's so. I hope this gives us a clear difference between modular, integrated, and monolithic design. Of course, if you have questions, you can leave it in the comment section. Then for custom design, well, I think I don't have much to say about this because it depends on what. It depends on who? The builder, the developer, the designer. Okay, custom design, excuse me. Custom design is a design approach where a system or product is built from scratch, without using pre-existing models or components, resulting in a unique, okay, unique and non-standard what design. It depends on the designer. It may look like integrated, it may look like monolithic, it may look like modular, but it may not be them. Depends on the designer. Okay, so just bear this in my unique and non-standard what design. So these design approaches often result in systems or products that are more difficult to maintain, modify, or scale compared to modular design. When we say this design approach, we are talking about what? Custom, integrated, and monolithic. These three, that's what we mean by this design. These three approaches often result in what? Systems or products that are more difficult to maintain, modify, or scale compared to what? Modular. So modular is like the boss here. Okay, so I think that's all for now. That's all for now. So comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.